So something came up this past week, and I received several direct messages on Instagram asking about what my thoughts were on it. So that's what we're going to try to do today, is answer that question. So let's get into that right now. What's going on, everybody? It's Ryan with Tundra4x4.club. If this is your first time here, well, we got an interesting video for you today. Hopefully you hit subscribe down below, hit the bell icon so you know every single time we do a video. If you like the content of this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up, let me know. There was an incident that took place in Moab, Utah earlier this month, and the backlash has been all over social media. It's been launched through local news sites and things like that. And we will get into that incident, kind of talk about it, go through our stance and their response, and it's just crazy. So first and foremost, the caveat here is I don't know TacomaBeast. I don't know Mateo, who's the CEO and owner. Personally, other than following them on Instagram, I'm just getting the updates like everybody else is on what happened. So here's the incident. TacomaBeast goes out with a group to Moab, Utah. During that trip, one of the videographers carved in a TacomaBeast logo into one of the Moab rocks and took some photos of it and posted it. This caused a major backlash and uproar throughout social media, throughout local news. Many of you sent me so many links to what happened and people's response, and were wondering what our point of view was. So you can do some more research on that if you want. But then from there, Mateo actually sent out a video kind of updating. He did some other posts too, saying, hey, this is what's going on with this. He's trying to be as transparent as possible. And he says, this is what's going on. This is the entire event. And he explained it in a video, saying that his videographer, did this and that he was taking full responsibility. Going through all those comments, I'm still seeing more and more hate about his update about what's happening, and people saying, look, you're not owning up to this, you're passing the blame and what have you. And this is where this video is coming into play, because we need to discuss all of this with our groups and things like that. But I appreciate what TacomaBeast and Mateo are doing to try to make this right. And I'm reading some of these comments under some of the videos that's posted, and people are saying, look, you're not owning this. You're not owning this at all. And I think that I disagree with people that are saying that. He's taking responsibility for the actions of his group member, not taking ownership. Taking ownership, your people that are saying that are asking him to lie and say that he personally is the one that carved in the logo, and that would be taking ownership. And that's not what he needs to do. But what he needs to do is exactly what he has been doing, which is take responsibility for the actions of people that were in this group. He had somebody who was a videographer go up and make this mistake. TacomaBeast put on this event and this ride, and so he's saying, look, I'm responsible for everybody that was in my group, and he's taking full responsibility for that. And I think that he's been 100% transparent on what went down. He didn't do what a lot of people have done. We've seen it through celebrities and other incidents that have happened on YouTube and Instagram, where people will 100% find a way to spin out of the reality of what happened and say, look, some friend of a friend who I've never met before showed up to our event, did something stupid, don't even know the guy's name, it wasn't our fault, we apologize, and then just try to move on. That's not what he did. He's saying, look, this went down, I'm taking responsibility for it. He got a misdemeanor citation for it. He's gonna have to go back to court, go through the court proceedings. I know that they're working on more stuff to kind of show, their position in general. I mean, this is not a person that just bought their off-road vehicle, went out on their first trip, and now they're creating this bad image. This is somebody who's been in the game for a little bit, who you go through their channel, obviously they're passionate about off-roading. They know about the legal battles that happen throughout the United States. I'm in Southern California, and I'll tell you, we have enough legal battles as it is, trying to keep our trails open, and everybody trying to find a reason to shut our trails down. But the company in itself is very familiar with cleaning up after yourself. They're passionate about off-roading, and anybody who's in the game is going to tell you, I mean, you quickly learn how to make sure that if you pack it in, you pack it out. Don't leave any traces behind, all that kind of stuff. Because incidents that happen like this are bad for the culture. It's bad for the community of off-roaders. And as transparent as Mateo and TacomaBeast are being, I 100% have respect for them for that, and support what they're doing to make it right. And let's look at the silver lining. How many of us are now, because this is in the forefront of our minds, we are having those conversations that, yeah, you're right, we probably shouldn't have to have them. They should be common sense. But we're having these conversations when we're going out with our groups now and saying, look, we are not going to be that bad image. We are not going to leave a bad mark and get blowback and create this scar for this community. Those are important conversations to have. And if you're not doing it, shame on you, you should be. We need to remind people, especially people that are new to off-roading and new to the culture, that these little mistakes can tarnish the group. And when I talk about the group, that's anybody who's into overlanding and off-roading and things like that. We need to educate them and help them understand that their actions can ruin this sport that we love so much for all of us. So with that, my stance is going to be that I believe that they're doing everything in their power to make this right. I think they're being transparent about it. Mateo has released photos with descriptions, he's done videos, and he's doing his best to take responsibility for the actions of others, not ownership. I don't expect him to take ownership and lie to all of us and say he did it just so people could say, okay, you're taking ownership. No, he's taking responsibility for the person in his group that did this. And I truly believe that he feels bad about it. I think they're going to come out stronger. I honestly believe they're probably going to get even more involved in some of these trail cleanups and almost set that example of don't do what we did, because the backlash is not fun. But when you get to the point of death threats to the CEO and owner of a company who put this trail run together, look, we all have them. We all have those. If you go in a big enough group, you're going to have that one person that's going to ruin it for everybody. It just happens. People do stupid things sometimes. I'm going to tell you, the incident itself, and I'll tell you right now, the dumb move, idiotic move. I don't support anybody doing something like that. We have enough problems trying to keep our trails open. So, it happened, but I absolutely don't agree with it. I encourage all of you to continue to have those conversations with your groups when you're setting up these runs. It doesn't matter if it's just 2 of you or if it's 200 of you. Just keep talking about it. Get involved. Try to help out. I mean, this is going to tarnish us for a little bit. And I say us, again, a collective group of overlanders and off-roaders. This is going to leave a bad taste in people's mouths for quite some time. So we now have to step up to the plate along with TacomaBeast. We should be supporting them because they are trying to be as transparent as possible and show all the different things that they're doing to make this right. We too need to go out and do more to clean up our trails, to educate others on the importance of keeping our trails in good shape and not defacing and vandalizing and doing stupid things. So that's going to be my stance on it. I know this wasn't a sexy video. It's not a fun conversation to have, but it is a conversation that we need to have. And hopefully we're all doing the same thing, educating our groups, educating our friends, so we can continue and enjoy those back roads. So thank you for taking the time to watch this. Mateo, keep up the good work. I know that it's tough right now for both you and your company, but just know that I see those efforts and we see those efforts, and hopefully you guys can climb out of this and just be better for it. So till next time, we'll catch you on the back roads.